Hello, everybody. How's it going? I've got CK Jensen here with me. CK, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm CK Jensen. My friends call me Rin. I hope you all feel comfortable calling me Rin if you so desire. I am working on a brand new project because I finished novel number 11 yesterday.
That's
Um,
exciting.
Truly insane. And then I waited less than 8 hours before starting the next one. So if that gives you an idea of my personality, then that gives you an idea of my personality.
That's like super quick to jump into the next one, honestly. I don't know if I would need a little breathing room personally.
Honestly, I think I also need a little breathing room, but I don't know what else to do with my time besides write.
That's so funny. Okay, well, I'm Charlie, and this is my channel, and I'm currently drafting words for Project Daydream. Hopefully, we'll be done by the end of this month. And so I'm just pushing through. It's been a journey for sure. What's everybody in the chat working on? Let us know. I'm thinking we should start a sprint. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's start a sprint. I have my notebook somewhere. I'm mostly doing handwriting today.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm brainstorming.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think I might actually follow suit and do like a little brain dump before we jump in.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a cute little brain dump sprint, and then we will see how we're feeling about drafting after it.
All right, sounds good. Brooke says, hi guys, just jumping in to say hi and good luck with writing today. Off to play outside. Oh, that sounds so nice.
That's so cute.
I bet it's a beautiful day where you are. It's nice and sunny here.
Yeah, Bella lives in Texas, so I'm sure it's hot as hell.
Oh yeah, probably. I didn't know she lives in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also hot as hell in Utah today. It's not fun.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving. I am wearing a hoodie, but it is pretty warm here as well. I think it's like, as I pull up my weather app, 82 degrees today.
One sec, let me weather check myself. It's also like, mine is 91 right now. Oh, 89. It just went down.
Oh my gosh.
It is boiling, and I decided to wear black.
She says it's so hot, but it's been raining. The kids and I are going crazy. Yeah, I can imagine being stuck inside for the rain. I get that fully. So, oh, it's okay. Go have fun with your kids.
Yeah, go have fun. We'll be here for like 2 hours. So, it's fun.
Well, hello. How's it going? What are you working on? Let us know in the chat. We're about to start a 20-minute sprint. 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, 20 minutes sounds good.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions while we're chatting or while we're sprinting, let us know in the comments and we'll get to those. I'm going to go ahead and get this timer ready and we can get it going.
Ooh, Miley doesn't know what project they're working on. Miley, you should just help me brainstorm for Project Circus. I don't even have a title for it. It's just Project Circus. Oh, but
Probably Coast of Bone. Oh, that sounds interesting.
Charlie, are you on the Discord? I can't remember.
I'm not on the Discord. I only have one Discord, and you're gonna send me. I would love to be a part of the Discord.
Yeah, because like Miley does live readings in the Discord of people's projects, and they've been doing their project Coast of Bone, and Coast of Bone is so cool.
Okay.
I'm like Coast of Bone.
Okay, well, as long as I'm not called for that.
No, you'll be okay. It's only like volunteer based. So.
Oh, okay, good.
Good. Yeah, I'm sending you the Discord link right now.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Renee.
I'm gonna join as soon as we get off the stream. I promise.
Yay.
Doing the story time reading tomorrow. Oh, I cannot wait to see it.
It's gonna be so good. I already voted on the time, so anyway.
Hi, Jess. How are you? Let us know what you're working on. We're about to start a 20-minute sprint, so I'm going to get that timer going. Everybody, pull out your notebooks, pull out your laptops, do the dishes, whatever you got to do. I'm going to get this started. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
It's so
Oh, never mind. It changed to 20. It said 30 minutes for me for a minute, and I was like, wait, what's going on? Okay, sorry, I'll mute myself now.
Okay, how did everybody's sprint go? How did yours go?
First of all, I love the like applause at the end. That was so fun. I got like a full page. Everything in red is new.
Very cool.
I think I have a plot now, which is a big win.
Well, hey there. That's awesome.
So, fingers crossed.
I had a very productive sprint, which is weird because I was so distracted by the chat and also my dog. Look, okay, excuse the messy floors. He ripped up his stuffed animal earlier and there's like little fluffs all over, but look at how my dog is laying right now. Can you see?
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
He's just it's so cute. But I got distracted with that in the chat and but I managed to brainstorm a couple of scenes that are gonna go in. So I'm a headlights writer, so I don't plot everything out, but I like to do like a brainstorming session every once in a while before I start writing. It really, really helped because after that I ended up writing around 283 words. So 283 words and then the two scene ideas. So
you're killing it.
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
That's awesome. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, thanks. Me too of you. I mean, a whole plot to a book. That's awesome.
It's like a very small plot idea. I did not like plot the whole book. I think I know what the plot is now.
That's huge progress though.
That's I've been thinking about this for like 2 days. So it's paying off.
How did everyone in the chat do? Let us know while we answer some questions. All right, so our first question comes from, is it Miley?
It is Miley.
Okay, I'm so bad at pronouncing names. What is your inspiration touchstone? This is something that you go back to when you need inspiration or to refill the creative well.
Do you want to go first or should I?
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I will go first, I guess. So I have a lot of inspirational touchstones, and for me, it does depend on the project that I'm working on in the moment. A lot of my inspiration comes from nature, so sometimes I like to just go sit out, like go on a hike, sit in the woods for a little bit, listening to music or not, and just kind of like take in my surroundings and just let my mind like settle down a little bit, which is incredibly difficult to do sometimes, but it helps to be out in nature and like to not be distracted by technology. For me, just to think through my ideas and silence, I guess. Another thing that I like to do is watch TV shows or movies that really kind of resemble the themes or the tone that I'm trying to work into my story. So right now I'm watching a lot of like dystopian novel or I'm watching dystopian novels. I'm watching dystopian movies, TV shows, and anything that's got like interesting technology like Black Mirror. I watch a lot of that just to kind of give myself some more inspiration, more like sparking more ideas.
I love that. Yeah, for the record, I didn't even notice when you said you were watching dystopian novels. I was like, what was wrong with that sentence? Which shows how good my brain is working today. My inspiration touchstone has to be like fairy tale and fairy tale-esque things, which like makes sense because I'm a fairy tale like retelling writer. Like 80% of my projects are fairy tale retellings. For this circus one, I recently found a poem called Goblin Market. And I say I found it. Christiane Jones, the author tuber, recommended it. She's been talking about it for like over a year for her project Spiegel Tent.
I love her, by the way.
She's so good. I want to be friends with her so bad, and I'm so scared to reach out to her. But I should just do it. She's so nice. I would love to like talk to her. Like, yeah, I just want to be friends with her. But she's in Australia, which is also like weird time zone difference. Anyways, so like I recently found Goblin Market, and like I think because in the story of Goblin Market, you have like these evil goblins, and if they're kind of like fae-esque type things where they are like, oh, eat our fruit, and then you like become our prisoner, but they're just like selling it to like the normal fruit merchants. And one of the sisters eats the fruit, and then the other sister like saves her sister from the goblins. And the like final stanza of the poem, once I got it pulled up in this tab, is for there is no friend like a sister in calm or stormy weather, to cheer one on the tedious way, to fetch one if one goes astray, to lift one if one totters down, to strengthen whilst one stands. So like that's kind of like, I already knew I wanted a really strong like brother sibling storyline in this book. So I like read that while I was sitting in the bookshop like right before this, and I was like, you know what? Goblin Market. That's how I so, like, I consume so much fairy tale and fairy tale adjacent things. I just love fairy tales.
Yeah. I think if you don't love fairy tales,
what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So if I can like self promo for a moment, my podcast just did a fairy tale retelling course. My podcast is called Quid Pros Quo. I can put that in the chat because it's spelled weird, but it's a clever pun. But we leverage our love of academia for creativity because we're both very academically minded, my co-host and I. And we just did a fairy tale retelling course, and we had like some banger guests on it. Like we had a folklorist come and talk about like fairy tales as folklore.
That's really cool.
So cool. Anyways, Polly is the coolest. I am obsessed with her. She's been on our show twice. She's married to my co-host. We can get her anytime we want. But like, anyways, we just did like this fairy tale retelling, and we talked so much about fairy tales, and it was so much fun for me to like research the show notes because I love fairy tales.
Awesome. That's very cool. So Araya says, do you find it easier to rewrite a new draft or revise what you have?
I can start this time because you started last time. Okay. I feel like it's a little bit dependent on the project. Right now, I have like technically 5,000 words in this project, and I'm just going to scrap it because I hate it. Like, it's okay that I hate it. It's okay. There's one good section, which I actually sent to Miley, and Miley agreed that it was a good section. So we'll try and keep that like 10 paragraphs or whatever. They're very short paragraphs. So, like, for my second draft, I always do like a full rewrite because I think it lets me get down like into like the grit of the story and like into like the deep grains of the story. So I always do like a full rewrite and then I revise. So I would say it's probably easier to rewrite a new draft than to revise what I have, which I feel like is maybe an unpopular opinion, but let us know in the chat if you think I'm insane.
So as someone who has never finished a first draft of a full-length novel before, I don't really know how to answer that question as far as like novel format is concerned, but I do read a lot of short stories. And what I can say is that for short stories specifically, I think there's going to be the opposite for a full-length novel. But for short stories specifically, I do like to revise what I have, just because usually my short stories are written in like a moment of inspiration, and I write them from start to finish in the same vein. And so there's really not like a lot in my eyes, like maybe like someone else would not agree with me, but from my perspective, I don't really see a lot that needs to change. And so revising what I already have works better for me in that sense. I think for a full-length novel though, because it's such a long drawn out process and I'm not writing it in just one simple burst of inspiration, and it's like just really dedication and like doing it when I don't want to. I think that this is probably going to be more of a rewrite situation. Whether or not it will be easier, that's a totally different thing. I don't think that it's going to be easier either way. I think both would be an equal amount of work. I think it just I think it just would be less migraine inducing to do a rewrite and revise.
I fully agree with that. And like on your short story point too, I don't write a lot of short stories. They're so hard for me. Like I feel like my ideas are too big to be contained in a short story most of the time. Very rarely do I write a fitting short story that's not really just the first chapter of a novel. But like I agree, this way easier to revise shorter pieces than it is to rewrite shorter pieces.
Yeah.
So
Because also, I just feel like with shorter pieces, especially like short stories that are maybe like 500 to like 1,000 words, or maybe like 2,000 words or something like that.
like flash fiction almost.
Yeah, like you can do that. You can do that in like a burst of inspiration. And I feel like, at least for me, I don't know how it is for other writers, but for me, when I'm writing and I'm feeling like super, super inspired, my writing always comes out cleaner than when I'm writing just because I want to finish what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the case for other writers as well, but that's usually how it is for me. And so just like doing a whole new rewrite, it just wouldn't make sense for a short story. Does it make
Yeah.
sense?
That makes sense to me. I agree. I think we're in the same boat. And I loved how you were talking about like how I don't know if the rewriting will be easier, but it seems like less of a migraine. That's so real. That's
Yeah.
when I do the rewrites is like, and it's not easier, but I think it yields more results than just revising, you know?
Yeah, especially if like your first draft is really messy, like mine is inevitably going to be. Like trying to figure out how to make that work just by revising like a couple of scenes and like just like fitting it together, making it more smooth, like that is not going to work. It needs like a full like do-over on in a
Right.
lot of places. I feel like that would be more of a rewrite.
Yeah, I fully agree. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, can I just shout out Araya? You always have such good questions, like all the time.
Oh yeah.
Every live stream I'm like in or guesting on, like they come in and they have like so many insightful questions. So like shout out to you, Araya.
She does have great questions for sure. Araya says, I'm about to start draft 3, and I think it's going to need a rewrite to fix the plot. I just re-outlined, but I still pull elements from draft 2. The whole rewriting thing just seems daunting. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is daunting. I mean, the whole process of writing a book is daunting, right? Like it's not an easy thing to do. Even just drafting it's so time consuming, it's mentally, emotionally, and creatively draining. And when you're rewriting, I mean, you don't, I think that even if you pull elements from draft 2 into draft 3, it's not technically like revising in that way. Like you're still rewriting it, and you could still use elements from what you've already written in your rewrite. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to rewrite everything.
Right. I'm a big fan of the quote that writing is rewriting.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really do feel like I can do my best work on my second drafts. Like my best that's where my projects improve the most. Like from like draft 1 to draft 2 versus like draft 2 to draft 3.
Yeah.
Araya, if you ever want to talk about rewriting, I've rewritten a lot of novels, so you should you could slide into my DMs and I'd be happy to talk about it more.
Thanks, CK. I try real hard about, oh my goodness. Sorry, I can speak today, but I can't read. Usually it's the other way around. I try to think real hard about my questions. Rewriting is terrifying. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like,
Yeah, especially when your novel is what 160,000 words, Justin. I don't know how many novels his word is. It might only be 120, but he has like this beast of a novel.
I can't imagine. Mine is 80. Well, I'm like working up to 80K.
Yeah, that's like all of my novels is like 80K or less.
Oh, he says it's down to 140.
That stresses me out. That's twice as long as most of my books.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle that. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a beast. What is going on here? Previously on the night walks, two strange creatures passed front in a flick of. Maybe you should read.
No, you're reading it right. I just don't understand it either. Two
Light.
strange creatures passed front in a flick of lights.
Okay, I thought maybe I was like,
no, Neither. We're both reading it right. We just don't know what it means.
Okay, I'm curious to see if this is some sort of like poem or something that's being added into the chat.
Yeah.
I did have a question for you, CK.
Yeah, go for it.
I was wondering what you thought, or what you think makes a good story.
Ooh, this is like, do you want it from a craft perspective or from like my personal interest perspective?
Both.
Okay. My personal interest, like, so things I like in this story that I think will make the story good are like always compelling ideas in both categories. Like I want something that that asks questions and makes me ask questions. Like my favorite novel of all time is Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli because it makes me wonder like who would I be if the world had no say in who I was. Because like we've all been like shaped by the world, and so like people on like dating apps ask me what my favorite book is, and I tell them Stargirl, and I tell them that, and then I say, who would you be if the world didn't have any say in who you are? And a lot of times people don't have an answer because they've never thought of it before. So, anyways, compelling questions are really good for a novel. From a craft standpoint, I want like at least decent prose. I'm personally not a huge fan of like really purple prose, but like, which isn't to say like novels in verse aren't amazing, but like I want like something readable, not something too ornate. I think compelling characters is really important because I think we care about stories and people are the ones with stories. And like in my creative writing capstone, my professor's favorite quote was, "The only thing interesting in literature is trouble." So you have to like cause trouble for your characters, and like that makes a good story. I'm just going to pull up my Pinterest board and like pull up the tropes I'm thinking of for. Oh, I'm in the wrong window. One sec. I need to be in the other Chrome profile to access this Pinterest board. But like I'm like obsessed with like this sibling narrative, doomed by the narrative idea, where like someone's like, oh, I put it on my mood board. Sorry, this is such a scattered response. I'm so sorry. You're the only one who can bring me back when I lose myself type of siblings. I'm like obsessed with that. I'm kind of obsessed with the idea of conditional devotion right now, like unconditional but conditional, where they're like, I will follow you up until a point, but once I feel like you have gone too far, I will not follow you anymore. And it may like tear my heart out to do it, but I'm not going to follow you at that point. I'm obsessed. The chunk that I mentioned earlier in this novel that I think is really good is a guy falling head over heels for this like non-binary like tiefling character, where her name is Sage and his name is Basil, and she's like, oh my god, we're both named after herbs, and I love that. I'm obsessed with that. So I think like good banter. Oh, hi Maisie. I don't know if you just saw Maisie jump up. She landed on my arm and it hurt a little bit. Ow. So that was. Let me see if I can like rewrap that nicely. So, hi Maisie, please do not walk on my keyboard. No, do not walk on my keyboard. Hi Maisie. This is my cat. She's a menace. So from a craft point, I want trouble, compelling characters, and compelling questions. I think those are my big three. And like readable prose that is like evocative. Maisie, what are you doing? I don't know what she's doing. Usually she doesn't like come up on my desk. Let me see if I can just make a space for her. I have too many notebooks on my desk right now. Oh, she wants the window blinds open. Is that too bright? Or is that just okay? That's okay. Fine. Okay. She just wanted a place to sit so she can be near me. I've been out of the house all day. And then personally, I'm obsessed right now with like sibling narratives, doomed by the narratives, and conditional devotion as opposed to unconditional devotion. And I'm going to add one more thing. Today, one of my writers group friends texted me, and he's like, I need to like brainstorm something. If love is sacrifice is like the argument that this hero is making, what are the counter arguments to that? And I told him this: love as holding on for dear life. And then I typed it out, so I'm going to read it because I'm going to butcher it if I don't. If one end of the spectrum is I will sacrifice myself for my loved ones, or I'll sacrifice my loved ones, or like I'll sacrifice something to get what I want or to do what is better for the world. Is that if that's like one end of the spectrum? The opposite end of the spectrum is I will hold on to this so hard and so tight and not let go until the point that hurts myself and others. So like kind of obsessed with that too. Might steal that and put it in my book, even though he's putting it in his book too. Ideas are a dime a dozen. You can share them.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in the execution, right?
Right, exactly. And
yeah.
So, yeah. That was a long-winded explanation. I don't know if it actually made sense, but that was really fun. I love talking about stuff like this.
I guess I'll answer the question too. I think, so what makes a good story? I think, as far as like a craft perspective, I personally, I like a balance between purple prose and just like, just regular straight to it. I don't like super like to the point, just because I like read a lot through imagery, and if you can really like set the stage so that I can physically like, or mentally, I guess, like picture what it is that I'm supposed to be seeing. Obviously don't show me everything.
Right.
But like, you know what I'm saying? I like
to visualize it.
Yeah, I like to be able to visualize it. And sometimes I can't really do that very well with like straight to the point, like no flowery language. It doesn't make me want to like immerse myself in the story in that way, if that makes sense.
Right.
And I really get attached to like emotionally charged stories. Like if I can feel what the characters are feeling and like almost like secondhand experience through what they're experiencing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That is like my personal, like, that's what makes a good story personally to me.
Yeah. That was much more concise of an answer. I applaud you. Like, good job. Mine is a mess.
I'm working on my rambling. It's working. And I think part of the reason why it's easier today is because I have been on the phone all day with people.
Right.
So maybe I'm just like,
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of talking.
I'm literally talking all day. So yeah. Anyways, we've got one more question. We'll do this really quickly and then we'll jump into the next sprint. Do you guys have any fun writing challenges planned for the future?
I have two. I held up 2 and I was like, this is 4. So 2. Right now I'm doing 100K in 100 days. I don't know what my current count is. I don't even think my spreadsheet is updated. But I'm at like, how many am I at? I'm at like 7 or 8K for 10 days, which is fine because I just finished a novel and I will dive into the next one. And the beginning of novels always goes really fast for me until like 20K and then I hit a block and then it's fine. So I'm doing 100K in 100 days. And then not this weekend, but next, it's the 24-hour novel writing challenge. It's a 3-day challenge where you have 24 hours to split up however you want to write 50K. It's absolutely insane. I attempted it in 2023 when I heard about it like the day before the challenge. So I was not prepared for this. But I racked up about half the words in 8 hours. So I'm feeling really confident that I can do it this year. Because last year I like lost my job like the day before the challenge. And then so I was stressed out of my mind. I got like 5,000 words total in like 2 hours that I did. Not enough. So anyways, I love fun, insane challenges like that.
That sounds so stressful.
I'm putting together 1 million streams for it next weekend. I'm a little stressed because I have a book signing the morning that it starts. So that is like minus like 5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
From my
I cannot. So this, for me, I have one, and that's happening this month right now, actually, as we speak. And it's me trying to finish my novel in the month of June. Almost said July. I am progressing. Like progress is happening. it's been a little stressful because I've got some things like personally going on that have been making it difficult to like concentrate on my words. But that's happening. And then I don't think that I have anything else on the docket, but I have been playing around with the idea of trying Suzanne Collins' writing routine. Um,
Ooh,
yeah, just to kind of just something fun to kind of add to my
yeah.
just I don't know, just to give me something else to do, I guess.
Yeah. So this is top secret, not actually, but I'm doing Marissa Meyer's writing routine this week for a vlog. So I would love to hear a breakdown of Suzanne Collins' writing routine if you have that like shortly and easily. If you
Um,
don't, yeah.
I don't have it. Like I haven't even done the research for it yet or
It
anything.
is so
Like,
real.
I'm just like thinking about like because I've done Sarah J. Maas's writing routine. Um I did Stephen King's writing routine and V.E. Schwab's writing routine.
Okay, all very
And
good writers.
yeah, and so I was gonna do Neil Gaiman's writing routine, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to do that because he's
'Cause
problematic.
yeah,
After I was thinking about that before I heard about all of this stuff.
right.
And then I was just like, no, I guess
Mhm.
not. So I and it's funny because for some reason a lot of writers are cagey about their routines. So
Yeah,
like not a lot of them have like been open about um
mhm.
like what they do like from the time they get up to the time they go to bed on a writing day. So
Yeah,
I've been struggling to find some information. There are some other ones that I would do except for I have really like Haruki Murakami's
yeah.
writing routine. I'm not a runner or a swimmer. Like
So
watch me have a heart attack and literally drown on in this
no.
like I can't do that, you guys. So I'm not going to attempt that.
So
Um,
real.
I'm not gonna attempt that. And then there's some other ones that I could do. So I'm still playing around with who, but I'm not exactly sure when that's gonna happen.
Yeah, one of my goals was to do 3 famous authors' writing routines this year, and Marissa Meyer's my first because I love Marissa Meyer. She's like my favorite. She's a major reason why I write fairy tale retellings because like Lunar Chronicles was starting with Cinder, formative to my teenage years.
I love Cinder.
Oh my god, it's so good. Have you read Heartless?
I haven't.
Okay, that's my favorite of hers probably. It's her Alice in Wonderland one. It's her Queen of Hearts origin story, which
Okay.
heavily inspired my first book, which is Alice was the Queen of Hearts.
Okay.
You can
Very
see the inspirations if you know what to look for. So, yeah.
uh uh Araya says, yes, I signed up for a few, but I'm also doing the overnight stream with Sierra that Friday.
Yes.
Overnight stream. That sounds exhausting, but you guys are going to have so much fun. Hi, Hannah. So glad you could pop in. Thank you so much for being here, even just to say hi.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? Are you ready for another sprint?
Yeah, let's do this. I'm so ready. Let's do it.
Okay. Do we want 20 minutes, 25? What are we
Let's
feeling?
25 this time.
25?
Yeah. If I'm like getting up, it's because I'm trying to print off Goblin Market so I can annotate it.
Okay. Let me really quick change the timer.
Right.
All right. Everybody ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Hello. I took a bite of a Dorito right as the time went off.
That's so funny.
Great time.
All right. How did everybody do? Let us know in the chat. How did you do?
Okay, that went really well. I didn't do much like handwriting. I annotated a few lines in Goblin Market, which, if you don't know the poem, it's like 10 pages long, double columned.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like long. Not like an epic poem, but like a very long poem. Like they made it into like a picture book, I think. Which I kind of want to go get. I saw it at Barnes & Noble last time I was there, and I'm like, ooh, I want it. But anyways, I did that, but then I was mostly texting my friend who I've been like texting on and off all day about this idea. And I think we made some good progress, and I'm really excited about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, how about you?
That's great. Gosh. Let's see. I didn't really write that much. Not as much as I was hoping. I was hoping that I could maybe keep up the pace that I did the last time, even though I didn't write for like half the sprint. I wrote 361 words, which isn't bad for 25 minutes.
That's good, yeah.
I'm just like, okay, so the last time I did a live stream, if anybody is joining now, they'll know that like had attended that one. I like kind of wrote myself into a corner, and because of all the things that have been going on this week, I'm not like past that, trying to like write them out of that corner, I guess. So still working on that, and I'm just trying to figure out a way to like get my characters to connect in the scene, because I want to like have them have an emotional moment about their failed attempt at doing what they were trying to do, and then get them back on track, basically. But one of my characters is being very like the female main character, Alyssa. She is being very like not aggressive, but just like angry about the situation. She's like a little peeved, you know, a little pissed off that she wasn't able to get to where she was trying to go. And my male main character is like trying to get her to like open up to him, and she's kind of snapping at him. So
yeah,
trying to like work them through that moment so that they can connect a little bit, and then get them back on track for the next step in the book, basically. So it's just been a little bit of a struggle, but
so real.
Yeah, like I just like they don't want to listen to me, you know. Like my characters, they're just like they have a mind of their own now at this point in the book. So they've kind of taken it over, I think, and they're just gonna do what they want to do.
I get how that goes, for real.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways. Becca popped in for a little bit, which is so nice of her to see.
I love Becca. I want to stream with Becca so bad. She's like another person I like really want to be friends with, and I've never reached out to her really.
Oh, you should. She's so nice.
I know. I really should.
So nice to see you both streaming. Thank you so much for popping in, Becca. I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, thank you so much. Our array is working, so no writing for me, but I'm thinking about it. Does that count? It absolutely counts. Thinking about writing counts as writing, in my opinion, especially if you're like working through plot problems in your head, or maybe just like brainstorming. You don't even have to write it down for it to count as progress towards your book.
So real. I'm of the same opinion. Sometimes writing is just thinking about writing. The only problem comes when you only think about writing and you never actually write.
Guilty as charged. I do that. I do that a lot.
I've been doing that for a couple of days. I've just been thinking about it. So the calls come from inside the house is what I'm saying.
Yes, for sure. They definitely do. I decided to just bite the bullet and start the next chapter. And I typed chapter 16, and then that was it. Well, you gotta start somewhere. Yeah. That works. That's progress. You know, you started the new chapter. Maybe you haven't actually written in that chapter yet, but you've got it. Reezy Reads says that they can't wait to see how it turns out.
Thank you, Annie. That's my friend Annie. I'm actually going to text her the mood board for this project right now because I think she'll enjoy it.
That she says, "Girl, I understand completely when they're like, no, we're gonna take this a different direction." Yes, it is so frustrating, and I wish that they would just listen to me, but they don't want to. So we'll just let them do what they need to do. Araya says, maybe they don't get it though, and they keep bickering until the next book. I love a slow burn romance. Yeah, I love a slow burn too, and this is definitely a slow burn. That being said, I don't know that there is going to be a second book. I think this might be a standalone situation. So I don't know, but I do know that if it is a standalone, it's gonna have to be a whole lot longer than 80,000 words. At the pace, like the pacing that it's going, I'm gonna try. I feel like it's moving at a good pace. I just don't think that it's like I don't think I have enough like word count to fit everything that needs to happen. And
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. I believe in you. You know what you're doing.
No, I don't.
Well, you know what your project is, and that's like close enough.
Yeah. True. I feel you can pull it off though.
You can. I believe in you.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm trying really hard. Like I'm writing almost every day, like aside from like 2 days this month. And I'm working on it as much as I can. And that's all I can really do. And hopefully it'll pull together. And I feel like that goes for everyone, including you and everybody in the chat and everybody on AuthorTube and everybody who likes to write, right? Like,
Right.
we can do it. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm going to figure it out. And that's okay. And then on my next project, I will start the process all over again.
Yeah,
Right?
it literally is. As someone who's written like 11 books now, it literally is just faking it till you make it, and then you make it look like you would know what you were doing in the rewrite or the
Yeah,
revision. Like, I
exactly.
like, and I'm also like a headlights writer, but I'm definitely leaning towards like the pantsing side of things, where I'm just like I'm just making stuff up. That's all I do. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think that for my next project though, I might try to do like a very bare bones outline.
That's
Just
so fair.
yeah, just like the major plot points. What do I need to hit? And then just try to write from plot point to plot point without like going too much into like the nitty gritty details in the outline. Because I find that when I do that, I lose steam for the project really fast.
Yeah.
And then also I don't follow the outline. So if I give myself like the points that I need to hit, then I can at least like say, okay, I need to go in this general direction. How I get there is up to me, but like I can go this way or this way as long as I land in that place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That makes
saying?
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm distracted by Annie's ellipses counts comment. Because like they said the fans are the ones who fix the plot hole and the ones who count the ellipses. Because they just read my first book the other night, like All Hail the Queen of Hearts. And listen, when I was 18 years old and writing that book, I had not an aggressive enough editor and I loved ellipses too much. So they counted how many ellipses are in my book. And please don't put it in the comments, Annie. I don't need to be dragged in public, but just know there's like too many. Like there's this many ellipses in this many pages, and it's not quite. It's not one ellipses per page, but it's pretty close.
She enjoys teasing you about it.
We're in our friends to enemies to lovers arc, I've decided. Yeah, it's a time. We're enemies right now.
That's so funny. All right, chat, do we have any questions before we pop onto the next sprint? I'm thinking we could probably do like one more short one, maybe 20 minutes.
Like a 20-minute sprint.
Yeah.
I have a thing at 7, which is in 1 hour for me.
Yeah. And I need to make dinner and like
That's so
get to
real.
bed early so I can wake up and actually have a coffee.
Yeah, so
'Cause
real.
I am feeling that today.
Yeah. It's hard to get the caffeine withdrawals. It's really hard.
Yeah,
I
I
had
mean,
too much caffeine today. I'm kind of wired actually.
oh my gosh. I stayed up way too late last night and I woke up too early and then I didn't
Mhm.
have coffee, which is something that I literally live and breathe for. And so like I'm just, I'm here. That's
I'm proud
my
of you.
yeah, that's how it is. So, all right, so I'm not seeing any questions in the chat,
Wait, I
but
have a super quick question for you. What's your current
okay.
word count? Because you said you're aiming for 80K, but you haven't given your current word count. I'm just curious.
As of the last sprint, my current word count is 47,600 words exactly.
You're almost the 50K mark.
I'm almost to the 50K mark.
You're doing
Yeah,
so good. Yeah,
I'm
you got it. It's easy.
I can definitely make it work. Like I worked the math out as far as like how many words I need to write a week. And it's literally
Yeah.
7,000 words in order for me to make
Oh,
it by the end of the month.
you can do that. No problem.
Yeah, so like if I split it up like an average of 1,000 words a day,
Mm-hmm.
I can make it happen.
Yeah, and you've already done like what 500 words today, so you're like halfway there.
Yeah, like 651. So yeah, I'm almost there today, but I didn't write yesterday or Sunday just because of the things that I was dealing with. So these live streams are literally keeping my word count afloat.
That's so.
So
Oh my god, yeah. And we have another one Thursday, so promo for
yes,
that.
we
It's on
do.
my channel next time.
It's gonna be so much fun, and hopefully I'll be more alive and caffeinated.
Yeah, I will do that.
Arias asked, "What's your favorite drink?" Do you want to go first?
That's such a hard decision. I just love a sweet drink. So like today, most of my drink was like the creamy coconut Dr. Pepper. But generally, I do a matcha. I also had a matcha today. I've had a lot of caffeine today. Can you tell?
Maybe a little bit. Can you
A little
can
bit.
you
I'm
feel
always
that
kind of
energy?
hyper. Like, yeah, I'll slow down. I'll make an active effort to slow down.
No, you don't have to slow down. Don't
Okay.
dim at all. You can be you. That's fine.
Okay.
Um,
Perfect.
so as you might have guessed, my favorite drink is coffee. But what kind of coffee, Matt, you ask?
Yes.
Well,
How do you
let
make your coffee?
let me answer that question for you. So at home, I like to have a black coffee, or I'll drink coffee but with creamer, only with creamer. I don't put sugar in my coffee.
Right.
Now, sometimes I'll make a flat white because my coffee maker does like it's like a condensed coffee drink, so it's basically an espresso. It's not really though. It's just less water, more
Yeah.
coffee grounds or whatever. And I'll make like a latte with caramel sauce in it, or a
Mhm.
flat white with caramel sauce in it. And then for like if I'm going out to drink, I literally have a list and categories, you guys. So like bear with me here. So I like a cold brew with salted caramel cold foam. If you can't
Mm.
tell, I love caramel.
I also
Um
coffee with caramel is my favorite.
it's so good. And I also really like a iced caramel latte.
Yes.
Now, if we're talking other types of drinks, that's a whole different story, and I could literally go on, but I'm not going to waste your time because I don't think you guys really want to know.
I have a question though. What exactly is a flat white? For context, I grew up Mormon, so I did not grow up drinking coffee.
Okay,
So
so
I don't
as a,
know what a flat white is.
as a former barista, I feel qualified to tell you
Oh my
what.
god, yes, please tell me. Can we be best friends about coffee now? I want to learn everything. I want to be a barista so bad, but I don't have enough coffee knowledge, I feel like. So what's a flat white?
Okay, so a flat white is really similar to a latte. Really, the only difference between a flat white and a latte is the amount of foam on the top that sits on top of the milk. So a flat white usually has less foam, where a latte will probably have like maybe like a half inch of foam.
Okay.
Flat white has maybe a quarter inch of foam. So
Hence
there's
flat.
it's flat. And then where a cappuccino is concerned, usually a cappuccino has about an inch or more of foam, depending on how dry you like your cappuccinos.
Okay. In terms of cappuccinos, dry as how much foam is on top?
Yeah.
Okay. I learned so much today just now. I love this. It's so fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
love
most
making coffees.
Yeah, I love that. I want an espresso machine so bad, but I'm like, I need to not drink so much coffee
Yeah, I'm
because
actually saving for one because
that's real.
they're expensive. I like a legitimate at-home coffee maker, like a espresso machine. They're
Yeah,
expensive.
no, they're like $1,000 or more.
Yeah, they're really pricey. So unfortunately, I cannot afford to just shell out $1,000 for a coffee maker right now, but I would if I could.
That's
Um,
also how I feel about the Switch 2 right now because the Switch 2 is like $450, and I think that's more money than I have in my bank account. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, okay, I lucked out so much the other
You
day.
have one?
Not a Switch, no, but I
Okay.
have a PlayStation. Okay, so I love the PlayStation. Okay, I don't need a PS5 though because most of the games
Yeah.
that I like are on PS3, PS4, PS2, like the older ones. Okay,
Yeah.
I lucked out so much the other day because my friend had two PlayStation 4s and she wasn't using one of them. So she had one and then her boyfriend had one and then they got a PS5. So they only needed one PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And so she actually gave me her PlayStation 4 and like four different games, all of which are games that I love. The Last of Us 2, Until Dawn, and then she gave me the Tom Clancy's Uncharted games.
Nice.
So
Okay.
I like have been nerding out about that. But I did download Harvest Moon because that's like my
Ooh,
cozy comfort game when I need to just like relax and not think about stuff.
yes. Okay, first of all, I love that. I know we have to sprint, but I'm just going to say I hear amazing things about The Last of Us. I will probably never play it because I don't do well with like zombie media or like anything scary at all. But I was listening to
That's
Charlie and
fair.
Homeworld podcast the other day, like the Your Mom Writes Books podcast, which Miley, you should check that out because you love your mom jokes. Um, I don't even know if Miley's still here. But anyways, I was listening to that and they were talking about the storytelling in The Last of Us video games. So I was like, neat. Okay, we should sprint now because yeah, we are
Yes,
running out of time.
you should. All right, so 20 minutes, and we can go a little over. I'm okay going a little over if you
Okay.
are, but
I am
20
too.
minutes. Let me get this on here really fast. All right, and 3, 2, 1, sprint. Oh my gosh. Give me a second because I need to finish this sentence.
Go for it.
Second. Okay.
Yay!
How did you do?
I think it went well. I have like a preliminary pitch if you want to hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hit me.
When two brothers run away to join the circus, they find they bit off more than they bargained for, or more than they can chew. I don't know what the metaphor is. They bit off more than they bargained for as tempers clash and stakes rise. As they struggle to hold together their newly found family, their ties are tested. It's like okay.
You have an idea.
Yeah. So
that is definitely something you can branch off of.
Yeah. And like it's kind of if like I wrote this in like the last 2 minutes of the sprint. So I'm just like, it's fine.
Awesome. Very good. I had a good sprint. I wrote okay, I said I was at
like 640.
Sorry?
You were at like 640, I thought.
Yeah. I didn't think about doing it that way. 1 second.
You're all good.
So if I was at 640, I did 551 in that sprint. So
dang, you did so good.
I finally
today.
I did hit my goal for the day. I finally found the thread that I was trying to find. And I think that I can make what is in here work for now, at least. Obviously, it's first draft. So subject to change, but I at least worked through the problem that I was having. And that's the important part.
I love that. I'm so glad.
I know. I'm so excited. I was like having such a good sprint too. Like,
yeah,
my hands like moving, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, bye, Araya. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate it. Okay, so does anybody have any questions before we wrap up? Last minute questions?
Well, we're waiting for a question coming in. I want to ask, is everyone aware that there's a strawberry moon tonight, meaning the moon will be pink?
Wait, what?
So, like, you know, like blood moons and harvest moons where the moon looks like red or orange? Apparently, there's a thing called a strawberry moon, and it's happening tonight.
No freaking way.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm waiting for it to get dark so I can go see the full moon, and I hope it's not, like, all cloudy tonight because it's kind of cloudy right now.
Oh, no, I might have to go down to the lake and get like, a picture of it or something.
Let me see if I can pull up the reel my sister sent me about it.
I love that so much.
Yeah, me too. I've been like thinking about it for a week. I'm not missing it. If it's cloudy, I will cry. Also, I have cat hair all over me, so I have to remember to lint roll myself before I leave for my thing. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so relatable. I always have dog hair all over me.
What kind of dog do you have? You like showed a picture of him. Is he like a husky?
He's a Siberian Husky Malamute mix.
Oh, so cute.
So he's a big old boy. He's like 98 pounds.
Yeah. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this.
Everybody that wants to absolutely make sure that you do not miss the event this year, there's going to be a strawberry full moon on June the 10th, and this is everything you need to know so that you can watch it. So the strawberry full moon is officially going to be on June the 11th, but if you want to see it at its full potential, you're going to have to watch it on the night of June the 10th. June the 10th is several days away, so if you want to make sure you don't miss it and you wait last minute, just go ahead and follow me now because I am going to remind you, and I'm also going to post about it right whenever it's happening. Now, the whole point of the strawberry full moon is that you see the moon right at the horizon horizon whenever it's rising over the atmosphere. That way you can see it with the red, orange, pink, and yellow hues. If you go out at night too late whenever the moon has risen too much, you're just going to see a full, bright, white full moon, and that's not the point. You want to see it with color. This full moon is actually going to be the lowest full moon of the year, so you might get lucky with that timing because the moon is going to rise over the horizon, and it's going to stay pretty low all night long. The day that it's showing in this screenshot is wrong because it's a strawberry moon that happened in the past, but if you want to know the details as to why the moon does have color whenever it's rising over the horizon, you can pause and read this. And again, you want to absolutely make sure that you don't miss it, and you have to make sure that you watch
Anyways, so strawberry moon tonight. It was Miley said the pink moon was pink in Missouri last night. It was also a little pink here last night, but I want it to be like bright pink. I want it to be like pink like in the picture.
Yeah, that would be really cool to see. I don't know, like where I'm at right now, I don't know that I'd be able to see it like coming over the horizon.
Yeah.
Usually I don't see it until it's like all the way in the sky. So I might have to well, it's always in the sky, but you know what I'm saying. I might have to I'm just like, what is going on in here? I might have to like figure out a way to see that, but
yeah,
I totally missed JK coming in. I'm so sorry I missed you when you came in here. But hello. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, the moon thing is super cute though, and I love that.
I'm obsessed with it, honestly.
I mean, the moon was pink in Missouri last night. That's really cool. Did you get a picture? I would love to see that picture.
Wait, I took a picture of the moon here last night. One sec. I don't know if I got it while it was pink. Where's my photos? It looks very yellow in the photo because there's pink clouds around it. But I swear this was pink.
Okay. That's a really good picture, though. I like that.
It came out so well. This was the library parking lot.
The library parking lot. That's cool. Do you got that you have the views of the mountains there?
Yeah. Well, I live
actually
right next to the Wasatch Range, so I look out my window and I have mountains.
My dad actually was like asking me if I wanted to come on a road trip with him to Utah in October.
I mean,
and I might have to because I've never been.
But you should come because it's pretty.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I might have to because I've never been there and I love the mountains.
Yeah, the mountains are gorgeous, and if you go to southern Utah, the Red Rocks also gorgeous.
Yeah, I can't remember where he said that he wanted to go in Utah, but it was definitely like because he wants to go off-roading. He just got this like
Utah, then.
Yeah, he just got this like crazy decked out like 4-wheel drive monster of a vehicle, and he's been like bragging about it and like sending me photos of the mods that he's making on it, and I'm just like, Dad, you know I don't care about this. Like, why aren't you talking to Casey, my brother?
Right.
And I'm just like, why would you think that I care about this? But I'm happy for you, Dad. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I think it's cute that when dads are like really excited about something. Yeah. Right now, I'm really excited. My dad is reading one of my novels, which he's read 3 of my novels already. Yes, 3 of my novels. The 2 that are out, and then the one I'm querying. But he just started my novella, and it's so cute because my dad gets so excited about my books, and I'm just like, we're bonding. It's cute.
Yeah, it's that is really cute. It's cute seeing my dad with his car, but I mean, like, if you knew my dad, you'd understand why I'm saying it like that, because he literally gets a new, like, this person, like, he literally will get a new car every 6 months and sell the old ones.
That's why.
And I'm just like, Dad, like, just get a car and stick with it. Like my stepmom is like so mad. She calls me. She's like, guess what your dad did today? He got another car. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I can't help you. I don't know what to do.
That's actually insane behavior. I'm so sorry.
So it's like literally every 6 months, look at this new car that I got. Isn't it cool? Look at all this stuff. Oh, I don't like that one anymore. I'm going to get this one. I like this one now. And I'm just like, Dad.
That's insane behavior. I'm sorry.
I'm just like, what is going on? I don't understand. Yeah, he is on another level. Luckily, he like usually gets like used cars, so he's not like buying them new or anything. But it's just like this one that he got now is brand new. He like ordered it from Toyota. I don't know why.
Well, maybe he'll stick with this one because it's new.
Maybe. I doubt it.
It'll last a year.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's going to be the end of the stream, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Ren, do you want to do the thing where you tell them where you can find you and all of that?
I was just about to ask if I could do that. Amazing. I'd love to. Hi, I'm CK Jensen. You can find me at CK Jensen Author on pretty much any social media you want. Because I have problems committing to just one. I mean, I don't post on them all. Like, honestly, I only really post on like Instagram, YouTube, and Substack. But like, I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Twitter, which I won't call the new name. I think I'm on Tumblr, but I never use it. Anyways, I'm on everything. Just just an author. I would love to see you around. Well, I'm on TikTok. Yeah.
Plug your books.
Oh, my books. I just had a book come out 1 week ago today. It is called Witch's Blood. It's an sapphic enemies to lovers romance. I also have a Alice in Wonderland retelling where Alice is the Queen of Hearts out. Yeah, you can check me out also at ckjensenauthor.com. Fun stuff. I'm everywhere. You'll find me. I'm always watching.
That's so awesome. Okay. All right. And this is my channel. So I think you guys know who I am already. But hi, my name's Charlie. You can find me here or on Instagram at charlie.ray.writes. And yeah, I don't have anything published to plug yet.
But you will.
Yes. Literally the other day, I was doing an intro to a vlog and I was like, hi, my name's Charlie and I'm a full-time writer. And then I was just like, wait a second. No, I'm not.
That's so real, though.
Yeah. I wish I was a full-time writer. That's the goal.
I'm a full-time writer right now. Does it pay the bills right now? Absolutely not. But I am a full-time writer nonetheless. But like, yeah, I'm manifesting. We're both manifesting.
Yes, we are. Yeah, I said exactly that. Am I like manifesting right now?
It's so fun.
And like right after I said that, it was kind of funny. Anyways, that vlog is going to be unhinged. So I hope you guys enjoy that when it comes out. Yeah, there's like a full-on crash out midway through. It's great. So anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you so much, lovelies, for joining. I appreciate you as always. And I guess we'll see you guys on CK's stream on her channel, or is it day? Day. On their channel Thursday at the same time. Sorry about that.
You're all good. No worries. I totally get it. Plans are hard.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know. I never want to do that, so I just want to apologize.
Yeah. You're all good. No worries. I'm really chill about it, I swear.
Okay. All right. And I guess that's it for now.
Bye.
Bye, guys.